everybody. I'm your host, Jaime Cerreta. On this podcast, we celebrate everything local in Arizona. Our next guest is a Valley native who loves our Valley of the Sun. Audrey Corley has 3 businesses here in Phoenix: Boycott Bar, Dahlia Tapas, and Title IX Sports Grill. Audrey, thank you so much for being here. It's so great to see you.
Thank you for having me.
Tell me, first of all, about your love of Phoenix, because I know not only are you born and raised here, but you love this community.
I do. It's one of my favorite places to be. Everyone asks me, are you going to leave? And I'm like, I'm never leaving Phoenix. This is my home.
Yeah.
And I just love it. The people here, I could do without this hot, scorching summer, but that's the only thing that I say is a downfall about Phoenix.
Yeah. When I go to San Diego and I see those cloudy days until 3 p.m., I'm like, it is nice, even when it's hot, to open those windows and see a bright, shiny sky out there.
And I'm quite the other side. I could go literally, I think if I was going to retire, be somewhere like Seattle.
Oh.
Something like that. You know,
like the clouds.
I love the cloudy days.
Yeah. So then you do like the monsoon season, because monsoon
I do.
is...
It's dark. It's it's weird.
Dark and stormy.
Dark and stormy. So a drink, you know that, right?
It is indeed. Yeah, you know I knew that.
I know you did.
Well, let's talk about, since we're on the subject of drinks already, let's talk about Boycott Bar, because this was your very first business that you created and bought. How long ago was this now?
So you know what's funny is we're actually getting ready to celebrate 21 years.
Oh my gosh.
In the communities, 9 in Melrose, but 21 in the community, and it's been a ride. It's been an awesome experience. Very proud of what Boycott's become and what it's done for our community.
What is Boycott Bar? Tell the people.
Boycott Bar is the only lesbian bar left in Arizona, and queer space. Like it's not the only queer space left, but it's a lesbian bar and welcomes queer, and everyone's welcome at it. So.
And you created this after, I remember from our story that we did together a couple of years ago, you started throwing events for the lesbian community.
I did, yes.
How did that go? So that led into having a venue space yourself.
It did. So 21 years ago, I don't know if you remember, but you could still smoke in establishments and bars and all that, and restaurants. And for me, I was getting really sick, and I was like, oh, what's going on? And they were like, oh, you're in the smoke as a bartender. So when I started this event, too, we made it non-smoking. The first one, it was right before they changed the law. So some of them were non-smoking, and then they changed the law where you couldn't smoke in the bars anymore. But it was just that we needed more of an upscale event for women at that time. So that's why I created it. There was a need.
And being on 7th Street was important to you, too, because you're on the 7th.
7th Ave is where Boycott is.
Okay.
And that was real important because that's the Melrose district.
Ah, okay. And so Boycott Bar is on 7th Ave. Dahlia is on 7th
Street, yes.
And then Title IX is on...
Yes, on 7th Ave. So shout out to Coronado and the Melrose district. We love them both,
Those are great neighborhoods.
Great neighborhoods.
And let's walk people through these different venues that you own. So Boycott Bar, you talked about. Dahlia Tapas, you opened 2 years ago now?
2 years ago, yes. So I like to say that Boycott is my kid in college. I have a college kid, and then I have a toddler and a newborn right now. So I've been very active lately in the last couple years. But yes, Dahlia Tapas is definitely a passion project because I'm a foodie at heart and very I love food and I love restaurants. So that's actually a hobby of mine, going to new restaurants, and trying them out.
I love that we can call this a hobby. This is the first time I have heard this. Yes, I do have a hobby, Audrey. Thank you for remembering.
You have a hobby. I mean, I had to call it something to justify it, right? Because when you look at my eating out bill a month, I'm like, that's a hobby.
Yeah, I call it supporting our local community.
You know what? And we love you for that. Keep that up.
To live the word, right?
You have to, and it's not. I'm not very handy in the kitchen. I will say I'm better behind the bar. So
I always say my best spot is pulling up a little bar stool to keep the chef company.
I mean, we're good at that, right, Jamie? That's our goal.
Keep the chef happy, and then we're all happy as we eat.
Yes.
So then none of the recipes came from
no, actually, that's my chef and my business partner. I have a great chef, Andrew Renteria. He's very well known right here and just kind of up and coming. And we kind of decided, we were talked about the menu we wanted, and then some of the items, because it's very important because we're traditional Spanish tapas and Mexican, so they're infused. But we just kind of threw out some ideas that we wanted, and he came back with a great menu, and it's been phenomenal. Our food is fabulous.
When I hear tapas, I think small bites. I think sharing plates.
A lot of love around the table and that.
Grabbing.
Yeah, but we actually got nominated one of the best, not nominated, but voted one of the best date spots in the country. Oh. Yeah, in our first, I think it was right after our first year by Yelp. So it was nice, right in Valentine's.
Tell me about the space Because was it an old house?
Well, it was an old house. It's been so many things. It was rice paper, former rice paper. It was brie. It was a restaurant like that. It's been a few restaurants. It's been a tattoo place, I believe, a flower store. It has so much history. It's been in the Coronado neighborhood. I want to say the house is like 100 years old almost.
Wow. What surprises did that house have for you
when
you went to build? She grabs a water.
Let me take a drink for that one. Have anything stronger,
Let me hit just.
Yeah, it's learning. So I'm a bar person. I've always been in the bar side of it, and then getting a restaurant was a whole different level. Yeah. In a little house, like. Look at us as we age, and our body starts to get a little creaky. There's some floor issues, But for the most part, it's been a beautiful experience.
So nothing that was like, oh my gosh, I have to fix this, or you wouldn't.
Yes, there was some, but nothing that was too scary. That made me say no.
Yeah, and being in the restaurant business, what was the biggest change for you in the food side of life?
The kitchen side is a different part of it, and managing the kitchen and the kitchen costs and things like that, and figure out, because people's what I love. Yeah. I do this industry because I love people and I love the experiences that come with that. But just managing the kitchen part of it, and I think that's the hardest part. And kind of, you're dealing with food, and
goes bad sometimes.
Goes bad, and we've had a couple. There was in the first year, there was a power outage one time that hurt our food we weren't aware of, and then there was like our refrigeration system went down, and some expensive lessons I learned.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! So at Dahlia. Because it's summertime, and I know we have to support our local restaurants and businesses during this time. Let's lure them in. What will we find on the menu? Let's get the mouths watering.
And I just wanted to say a big thank you for you and all the support you do, supporting local.
Thank you.
And it's huge, excuse me, especially this time.
Yeah.
The summertime hits restaurants harder than I think any business right now. But you come into a Dahlia, you're going to walk in, you're going to hear Spanish music playing. Very intimate little setting, but fun still, not too pretentious, but just where you come and you can feel good, have a date. I would say you want to try the pan con tomate right away.
What is that?
Oh, it's noble bread with a little bit of fresh heirloom tomato and a garlic confit. And then I would probably lead you into the crudo, which we also locally source from Nelson's. We get our fish there. And that's like agua chili style, so that's very nice. 2 little starters. Everybody loves our croquetas and our dates. Their Spanish dates was filled with chorizo and a little wrapped with bacon. The croquetas, those are so delicious too. But, our food really, I like to think we put a lot of love into our food. And, everyone says that, right, in their kitchen. All people feel that way. But it's a little experience you feel. And not just the food, but our team and my team that we have at Dahlia is amazing people. And they believe in what they're doing, and they love coming there. And that's like, you feel it, I think, in the experience you have.
Well, you like to build a team around you. And this goes back to basketball.
It does.
When did you start playing basketball? I mean, what was it, Carl Hayden, Phoenix College?
So, I played in elementary and throughout all that time. And then I took a little break. And then when I went to Carl Hayden, I didn't play. It was Phoenix College that I walked on after not playing for these years.
Oh, my gosh. How did that happen?
Because I'm crazy. It was crazy. And I don't know how to give up. And people believed in me as well. Like, my coach took a chance on me and my team, and then I just kept showing up every day. Yeah. And they realized I wasn't going anywhere, so it was time to let me play.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that's part of the story of my success.
You didn't go away, you just kept showing up.
I just kept showing up. Do you know that I say I watched myself age in my reflection of the door outside it here.
That's funny. That's funny.
Because I started showing up here right after college, and I feel like I'd like a montage of me throughout the years opening that door, wanting a job, opening that door.
You need to make that, as the years change, because I'm sure there's video of it.
Yes, they probably have me on security camera.
Let's go back and get those cameras.
Do you have anything from 1998?
Yeah, I mean, but look at what a great accomplishment that is, right? Like, that. I think when you know what your love is and your passion, it's easy to follow that. It's easy to say, hey, listen, this is what I want. And really it is showing up and being committed to something. And I think that's where some people are like, oh, a little rejection. I don't really fear rejection because, hey, I mean, maybe you didn't see what I see, and you will the next time, though.
Yeah, and because I'll be there again tomorrow.
And I'll be here tomorrow. So
and you told me what I did. I'll make the correction.
I'll make the correction.
But I think showing up is such a big life lesson as far as just not being deterred, like you said, of those little.
I think from like looking back now, there was many times that I drove home. I lived in the West Valley, and I would always remember this because the sun would be setting. That's like my favorite time of day, and I'd be crying after practice because it was so hard.
Yeah.
And it was just such an experience trying to walk on a college team and not having played before, and I would be like, I'm not going back, and then the next day I'd get up at 5:45 in the morning and I would show back up. So. It was one of them things that I had to do. And I think showing up is what made the difference.
Yeah. And you still do that with your team and everything now. Do people still call you coach?
Yes, they do. Yes,
Who's calling you coach and why?
You still, some of my friends that are actually really good friends of mine now that I coach. And, I like to say my best friend, Nick, who's been along my side, Nick Ennis, she still calls me coach. And I was her college coach. Yeah. I recruited her out of high school. And she's still with me. She works at Boycott Bar.
Oh, wow. So how did you merge from a player into a coach life?
That was hard. It's like anything, right? When you go from working with your peers into a leadership role, it's a hard transition. It was very hard for me because I was pretty young when I did it because I got injured. I had like 5 knee surgeries.
Oh my gosh.
So it was one of them things that I think when you find yourself in that role of going from player to like coach, it was a very hard transition. Or anything, right? Leader, amongst your peers. But that was probably one of the hardest years of my life, learning to differentiate and be the leader that I needed to be at that time.
And the relationships changed, the friendships
They did.
changed.
They all changed, But after they were done playing with me for 2 years, they could come back and we could do it. So,
and then you are in that role today.
I am.
Where I imagine you are the leader of probably many of your friends who work with you.
Yes. And I think right now we have a team of between 3 locations. I want to say it's a team of 42 or 43 people.
And you say 3 locations, which we have to get to the last. I say the newest.
The newest.
Location that you have.
My newborn.
Yes, the newborn. The newborn babe
is
Title IX Sports Grill, which you understand now, the what is it? Collaboration, the correlation between the sports and Title IX. Tell me what's going on there.
I'm a Title IX baby. They gave me the opportunity to be a basketball player, to be a coach, all those opportunities. But Title IX was a project I've been wanting to do for about 4 years, I think, since the sports bra kind of opened. When I saw the sports bra open, I wanted to see how that took off and how people received it. Because there's always been a need for a place to watch women's sports. And even more so now because of the growth amongst the women's sports. So I kind of was watching and then waiting for the right moment. And then the opportunity opened up to collaborate with Cat Moore and Brad. And they had Short Leash Hot Dogs.
And Brad, who are they?
They owned Short Leash Hot Dogs for a while in Melrose.
So is that same space that
yes.
Short Leash used to be?
That's where it is.
Okay.
So it's the same. So we partnered up, and I wanted to do Title IX. I was like, I want to do a women's sports grill, and they were like, let's do it. So that's how we birthed Title IX.
And when you see Title IX, you will see a lot of pictures around the space. Tell me, do we have a picture of you playing basketball? Do we have a picture of you as coach?
We don't have that one yet, but we do have a drink named after me, and I think you'll love it. It's called the Coach A. It's a very beautiful margarita, really. It's a very high-end margarita, but it's nice.
Is it one of the more expensive?
It's actually the most expensive cocktail.
Well done.
It's the most expensive.
Best tequila?
It has 1942 Don Julio, which is an expensive tequila, low Grand Marnier, and it's rainbow rimmed, so it's very appropriate.
With like sugar? Is it sugar?
It's a salt.
A salt.
Rainbow salt.
All right.
So it's very nice.
Salt and tequila.
Salt and tequila. You'll love it if you come to Title IX Sports Grill. Make sure you try the Coach A.
The Mercury just honored you. What happened?
That was it was a very beautiful moment with my family that I got to spend and share with everybody in my teams. I was very honored to be part of that because it's a Believing in Women award, Women Who Believe in Women. And they did 10, I believe, this year. And just a great group of people that I was honored amongst, to be amongst those people who do that and be one of those 10 was a super honor. Love the Mercury. I'm a huge fan. You guys, if you're not getting behind this team, you better get behind this team because you heard it here first. We're winning it all. We're taking the championship.
Oh my gosh! Well, that I like to call them our colleagues because we air the Mercury games on Arizona's Family.
Thank you for that. Thank you for that.
I know our promo team has loved working with the players.
Oh, they're
have
awesome.
Had, like the best things to say about their experiences with them.
And we've always had great players, right? Like it's always
Yeah.
been, but this year, just people, they're getting it done. They're unselfish. Their attitude is great. You can feel the energy when you're in the arena. It's a great vibe. And honestly, I go to the games every time I can. It's a super, if you haven't had that experience, it's a great experience. I think you need to go and take the family out.
Why do you think that women's sports is getting so much attention now? Is it access? Is it more web coverage, more live coverage?
It's a lot of reasons, right? There's a lot of things going on. Women's sports have been, if you watch, they've been on the upswing for a while of getting the attention. But I think there's been a lot of attention geared towards Caitlin Clark. Some of that came out with the college rivals, but I think it's just long overdue, don't you? I mean,
yeah, for sure.
It's like any field. Women have been paving the way, and they don't get the respect or the credit that they deserve in sports. And I think it's long overdue. And I'm grateful that now you're getting more exposure and there's more marketing dollars spent on it because they have to respect women. Make up a great percentage of the market when it comes to sports.
I mean, there's money sitting on the table
all day long.
Wait, and
we spend it.
we
sure know how to spend it, right?
They've long said in TV news that you're marketing to the female of the household.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
yes.
They make a lot of the money decisions, and so.
I believe that we do run the world, even if we're not in the front seats.
Yeah,
there's a woman somewhere nudging something, making it happen.
Sure.
Let's be real.
What is it in that Greek movie where it's like the woman turns the head? My Big Fat Greek Wedding. It says something about the woman turns the head.
I bet.
The gentleman. Just making sure he knows that's the direction we should be going.
That's the direction we should be in, And I feel like that's just, women make the world a great place.
Tell me about the direction of Phoenix right now. How do you think we're doing? How are you doing in the world that we're in today?
It's a little tough. It's a little disheartening, especially for my community, as far as the queer community. There's a lot of negative things being spilled right now and a lot of attention that, makes it disheartening. I thought we came so far just to get pushed back a little bit. And it's hard, especially for our trans community. It's a scary time, and it just makes me sad because I thought we came so much further than we have.
What can people do to support?
I think people can realize that we're all just human and we all want to be loved. And I think if you can see people for who they are as the individual and their heart, and also just be open to listening to people and have conversations, right? Because people can have differences, but when your differences hurt like the safety of our people, then that's where the issue comes, right? Because we can disagree on a lot of things, but we shouldn't disagree on human kindness.
And that's always been something that's been so important to you. I know that when we talked before, is it Boycott Bar that's open on Thanksgiving, open on Christmas?
Yes, for community, yes.
What happens then?
We open up and, my mother had to stop cooking the Thanksgiving dinner.
Mama.
I know.
It's not too big. You got time to cater.
It's that time,
Dahlia, hello.
Yeah, and it's funny because we actually, the chefs and all that, or my partner, she'll make some, or our team will do, my manager puts together some food and we all kind of bring it in. Yeah. But it's one of them things like, we're a space of community where you can come if you're having a bad day and we're going to sit there and talk to you and we're going to give you where you feel welcomed and celebrated, not just tolerated, right? Amongst people. Some people don't have families and some people spend that time alone. And I think it's very important for us to have that community on those days and you can come in and not just queer community. This is like, I'm open for everybody who's respectful and wants to be there. Because everyone needs somebody at some point in their life.
What made you so aware of that?
Being in the bar business so long. I like to say I grew up in the bar industry. I started when I was 18. Oh. And that's where I've been in my whole life. I have 2 degrees from college, but I knew that this industry is where I'll stay. You get to impact people on a different level. You see some people on their best day and you see them on their worst day. Yeah. And most people just want to be heard. You could go and drink at home alone or, eat somewhere alone. But the truth is, people want that interaction. They want that human connection. And I think that's what we give. We give connection. Yeah. And that's what I'm most proud, like, not just with Boycott Bar, Boycott Bar is the only lesbian bar in Phoenix, only lesbian bar, but we're a queer space and we're a space for community.
Yeah. And when you spoke earlier, you said the only one left. So were there a couple more that?
There was about 5 or 6, I think, at one time. Maybe 4 at one time, about 20 years ago. And then they kind of just decreased throughout the years. And now there's only 28, I believe, left in the whole country.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's why. Hence the lesbian bar project that we have a documentary on Roku. Lesbian bar project. It's called season 2, and we're episode 2 called Coach A, and it was on Roku.
Coach A.
Yeah, if you
after the drink.
Yeah, after me.
You have to get a Coach A and sip on it while watching
while watching Roku at Title IX.
Yes, exactly. So
Great
you have
plan.
like another watch night. So as you mentioned, you mentioned you showed off a tattoo. I also see the Boycott.
I do.
Where's Dahlia? Is Dahlia?
So I have a rule. It has to be 2 years.
Okay.
You know, Title IX, I'll have to wait 2 years, and Dahlia, I at least have to make it 2 years because everyone says that's the roughest.
Okay.
You know, if you make it 2 years, you should be good in the restaurant. So I'm approaching 2 years here in August for Dahlia.
What would you tell someone who wants to get into the bar business, the restaurant business?
I would say start from the ground up. Get behind the bar. Be a bar back. Be a bartender. Get in and get your hand in because it's so much different. It's funny. For years, I've always said people come in and tell you how you should run your bar and everything. Everyone knows how to run a bar until it actually comes down to running a bar. Yeah. But there's so many things. But I think if you're going to do it and you're going to get in this business, I hope you keep the love for people. I hope you never lose that. Yeah. Because really, if you ever wake up and you don't want to go that day, you shouldn't go.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, for me, I wake up every day and it's still where I want to be.
It's when I think of when I choose a restaurant I go to or I choose a bar I want to go to, it's usually the person behind the bar, the person who owns it, that I'm going to see.
Yeah, right? Because let's be real. You could get food pretty much everywhere, right? Food, I could take not the best food with great service sometimes, right? But I won't take great food with bad service.
Yeah.
Makes sense? So I think the energy and the people that you pick to be part of this, like, I can't be at all 3 places right now. That's one of the lessons I'm having to learn. Yeah. Because I still get people who are like, oh, we want to come and see Audrey. Well, and some of them call me Aubrey. But, you know, they come in and that's our running joke. Like, if you call me Aubrey, you probably don't really know me. But they come in and they'll say they know the owner and they want to be there. And, you know, I can't be at all 3 places at one time. So that's the hardest thing right now is dividing my time.
Figure that out.
Yes, but I think the key to that is instilling the same people who believe in your vision and will execute that and will give that kind of attention. I have a great team. So the people that I'm leaving in those spaces when I'm not there, they're putting that same love into it that I would.
They just have to get to know those folks too.
They got to get to know them too. Because they're beautiful people. They're amazing people. I wouldn't have them.
Well, for
yes,
sure.
and you know, not everybody could be part of the team.
Yeah.
It's not a fit for everybody, you know, and I think that's the difference, right? Like, it's not a fit for everyone.
Yeah.
And some of these businesses, you might walk in and they might not be your thing, and that's okay. You know, but keep an open mind. And like I said, right now during summer, it's very important that you support local. Very important.
We always depend on our spring. How was spring this year? Because I had a conversation with Gio and Dom about that spring wasn't as flush this year.
You know, I will say that we were very blessed and lucky this in spring, you know, but coming into summer is where it's like, whoa, what happened? You know, and we're feeling this is a very different type of year, I think, overall.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you support your local businesses.
Yes.
When you choose to spend your money. I mean, that's the thing. When you're choosing to spend your money.
It's a choice.
And you want to make sure that money that two people, let's say it's a $300 dinner event or whatever you're doing, that $300 makes a big difference to you and to the people in your community where, you know, we love the corporate businesses. I like to think that they often started as a small business and then grew. But I'm the local love girl, so I'm gonna lobby for you to go to our local businesses where you might just see Coach A.
Yeah, you will. You know, at one of them,
and touch the person who started the business. And I think that's a really big deal. And I think that people walk out with a smile on their face.
They do.
Having that interaction.
They do
as well. When you are not trying to get to all your places at all the times and please other people by saying hello, what do you do in your off time? Where are you chilling?
I'm a resorter, so I love to go to the spa. That's one of my favorite.
Am I going to see you with cucumbers?
You know, you probably will see me at one of the local spas because that's everyone says, like, you know, my friends and they always give me stuff. They're like, "Where'd you go to the spa today?" And I'm like, "Well, yes." You know, if I get.
So what do you do? Do you get things done?
I love to go to get a massage. That's my little secret. Yes, you will catch me at one of the local resorts. You know, spending my money there too and giving back to the community because we forget that hospitality suffers the most.
Yeah.
And that's all levels, right? That's the hotels, that's the restaurants, that's the bars.
That's
Hospitality, yeah. And we got to keep it flowing, local love, keep it flowing in the industry. And for me, it's getting out and not just frequenting the spaces, but also tipping and supporting the people that are giving you those experiences.
And then, of course, summertime. I mean, the rates drop a lot.
They
too.
do.
So,
they do.
So it's a great time to take advantage.
It is a very good time to take advantage,
Do you have favorite places to go?
I do. One of my favorite ones is I do love the Princess.
You love the Princess?
I love the Princess. I love their spa.
Oh, why?
It's just, have you been in it?
Yeah, of course.
Oh, that's why. All the amenities they have, the cold plunge, the whirlpool, that's my jam. The outdoor little looks like a little cave.
Oh, that little waterfall.
It's I just love it, and you can get a nice little pina colada while you're there. It's a good experience.
The Biltmore you like as well?
I love the Biltmore.
Why?
The Biltmore. So the Biltmore just has so much history in it, and it feels like you could feel the people there before you too. You kind of get that, but it's like it even feels cooler at the Biltmore. I'm not gonna lie, it's a little cooler. I think because of all the trees, and they have this like little ecosystem they kind of established. It's just I go there. I love the pools there to hang out with the family and go there, but. Those are like my two favorites.
The Spire Bar there. People have not been to the Spire Bar and the remodel with the Frank Lloyd Wright inspired structures. It is very pretty.
Very beautiful. I mean, the history there too. When you go back 100 years they have.
Yeah. It was White Christmas. White Christmas was written there.
Oh, was it really?
Yes. I'm dreaming of a White Christmas.
I didn't know that.
You do. You like Marilyn Monroe used to go there. It definitely has a lot of that.
They have that room. They took me on. I went on a tour there one time, and they let me in this room, and they said, all the greats have been here. The Pack Rat, they used to hang out in this room, and you just feel that vibe, right? Like you feel like you're somewhere other than the heart of burning Phoenix in the summer, where it's very hot.
Yeah.
So
people some people like to say that Phoenix doesn't have culture, and it's a reminder that we do have a rich history. We may be a newer state.
We are, but we have culture. It's around all the people in the gente and the people around our community. Yeah. There's so much culture. Look at the small businesses that are coming up and popping up. Downtown has grown so much. If you look back, you're local, so if you look back 10, 15 years, right?
I mean,
look at the growth.
Like nothing.
People, you couldn't get them to go downtown.
For a passport, and that was it, in and out.
So I think I'm honored to watch how Phoenix is developing and being a little part of that scene as far as in the hospitality and, creating our little niche here with our concepts and maybe looking forward to doing a few more.
Oh, coming soon. Anything you want to tell us?
Not yet. A few things in the works. I'm working with a couple great people that I have some opportunities.
Okay.
I just don't like to speak on it before.
Okay, I get it.
Well,
we wish you well.
I appreciate that.
3 businesses for a Valley girl. I mean, and so community focused and as you speak, so people focused. It seems like your heart is truly to serve the people and make them feel comfortable, safe, seen, and loved.
Yes.
So thank you so much. It's so great to see you again. Audrey, not Aubrey. So you can get away as one of those people who know her now.
Yes.
Coach A.
Make sure you pop in one of the places. I'm telling you, you're gonna. I will stand by our food at Dahlia. You will love it. The food is fabulous, and any one of our concepts, I think you're gonna have a great time. You walk in Title IX, you're going to love the energy in there. And when you want to dance the night away, you can party with us at Boycott Bar.
I love it. You can just do the whole night.
You can. Maybe the next business will be a little boutique hotel in the neighborhood.
Or a little shuttle.
Just cute little shuttle. Just cute little something else.
I love it. Audrey, thank you so much. So great to see you. Congratulations on all.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks for listening to Jamie's Local Love, the podcast. I'm your host, Jaime Cerreta. Our technician is Tom Heidinger. Our editors are Lorraine Shearing and Gina Coy. Do you know a business worthy of some local love? Email me at jcerreta@azfamily.com. Follow us at facebook.com/Cerreta and Instagram @Cerreta News. Make sure to subscribe and give us a 5-star review, please. And tell your friends about the podcast and the businesses we feature to show your local love. You can find us on Apple, YouTube, Spotify, Amazon Music, and anywhere you get your podcasts.
Jamie's Local Love, an Arizona's Family Originals podcast.